I'm very excited to share with all of you 5 pieces of evidence that seem to be pointing to Trump being inaugurated and becoming president next month in March, specifically March 4th. And the most exciting piece of evidence I have to share with you is something I learned recently from one of my supporters who showed me that there is a law that gives Trump control of the military for 60 days after Biden's inauguration, which means March 20th. In other words, Trump has legally, I have bombshell, irrefutable evidence, proof that no one can deny that Trump does have control of the military for at least until March 20th. And I'm so excited to share that with you guys because it confirms a lot of stuff I've been saying on my YouTube channel. Be excited, guys. This is a very exciting video. My name is Peterjhanna. This is a Peter's Trump Situation Update. Please click on the subscription button on the bottom right corner of the screen so you can stay updated on when my videos get posted. All right, let's dive right into it. The first piece of evidence. So this is the one I'm most excited about sharing with you guys. This person said, go to congress.gov, which is a government website, so we know it's official. Search for S.394 Presidential Transition Enhancement Act of 2019. This is something that was passed into law, and this image breaks down what this law does. It says, according to this legislation, which was passed by Congress, President Trump retains control of the military until 60 days after the inauguration of a new president. The full transition of power does not occur until March, specifically March 20th, which reflects what is actually written in the U.S. Constitution. Meaning, right now, Biden does not have command of the military. In other words, patriots are in control, and this proves it. So this is huge, guys. This is very, very exciting because now it's no more theory and hearsay. Does Trump control the military? Does he not? Is there evidence of it? Yes, there is evidence Trump controls the military. Now, this could be a Photoshopped images. So I just want to do my research and double check that this is real. Here we have official government website. No one can deny this is directly coming from the government. Here we can see that this Presidential Transition Enhancement Act of 2019 became law. No one can deny that. This is a law. And if you click on these, what you get is this part of the bill. Now, I'm not going to pretend that I understand legal jargon very well. I don't understand legal jargon, so there could be another part of this bill that explains how he has control of the military. I did read through it, and from my understanding, I think the part of the bill that gives Trump control of the military for 60 days after Biden's inauguration is this paragraph right here. The bill would clarify the responsibility of the General Services Administration during a transition by requiring a memorandum of understanding between the agency and the presidential transition team. Finally, the bill would allow GSA to provide transition services for up to 60 days after inauguration. My understanding, what I think this means is that Trump legally can transfer the full presidential power to Biden over the course of 60 days, meaning he can hold on to full military power for 60 days after the Biden administration, which is confirming the main thing I've been saying on my YouTube channel, that Trump will be inaugurated this year because he controls the military and he has enough power to arrest all the people who have committed treason. So this is very exciting. Not only is this evidence that Trump will be inaugurated in March, this is also evidence that Trump has control of the military. This is the big boom, guys. This is big news. I mean, thank you so much for the person who sent me this. I did not find this by myself. Extra credit goes to her. She did a great job sending this to me. Thank you so much. So this is the first piece of evidence that Trump will be inaugurated in March, and the evidence is basically that he does control the military, but his control of the military ends in March 20th, so he has to act in March, which is basically the month that many people expect him to be inaugurated. Second piece of evidence is right here. Until the ratification of the 20th Amendment in 1933, the official date for presidential inauguration was March 4th. In other words, when the United States was a country, the inauguration date was March 4th. When the United States was switched from a country to a corporation, the inauguration day was changed to January 20th. Now that, since a lot of us believe that Trump switched, as I showed in my previous video, there's evidence of it, Trump switched the United States from being a corporation back to a country, the official inauguration should be March 4th. So, this is evidence number 2, that if Trump is going to be inaugurated, March 4th has to be the date. Has to be the date. Now let's look at evidence number 3. The National Guards are expected to leave the Capitol in March 12th. Now, we were told that the National Guards are staying for the inauguration. Could it be that they're not just staying for Biden's inauguration, but they're also staying for Trump's inauguration? That would be so exciting. Can you imagine? Though this is March 12th, it's not specifically March 4th. Maybe they have to stay for a few days after inauguration. Maybe the inauguration has been delayed and he has to stay until March 8th. I do believe that Trump controls the National Guard. He has commanded them to stay until DC until March 12th. I don't see why they would keep the guard there. There's DC police. There's enough to protect all the politicians. Biden is not in Washington, D.C. He is in a fake studio set used for movies in Castle Rock, California. I'll make a video about that later. So why would they stay? Not to protect Biden, because he's not in D.C. To protect the politicians? No, there's the D.C. police for that. So why are they staying until March 12th? This is the third piece of evidence that's pointing to March. Why March? Why March? And here comes piece of evidence number 4. Trump's DC hotel is hiking prices for March 4th, which again is the day that a lot of people believe Trump will be inaugurated. Now, the actual hiking of prices, I looked online at his website. It's something along the lines of as an example, one room costs like $300, and then for March 4th, the same room costs $1,200, which is a quadrupling of price. Why would he be raising the prices? If nothing exciting was happening March 4th, why would he raise the prices? It doesn't make sense. So we have 4 pieces of evidence that are pointing to March 4th, and I'm leaving one of the best ones for last. So as we saw from this thing, the last time that someone was inaugurated as president on March 4th was 1933. If you go to the official Trump message board and go to message 19333, I know I'm speaking weird because it's for my YouTube channel. I'm trying to protect my YouTube channel. The message says, suicide weekend, hands up, 30 in bracket, 28 in bracket, impossible, coincidence, we are in control, big week ahead. Now, this was a conversation on a forum, and this guy was saying, look, this message 1933, which was coincidentally is the same day, the same year that the last person was inaugurated, the last president was inaugurated, with March 4th. It just so happens that this post is referencing March 4th. And the guy's like, how does that point to the date you're talking about? And so he explains it, right? He breaks down this message for us. The 30 is 30 months from the date it was posted, which puts us at February 26, 2020. So in other words, this 30 here means 30 months. 30 months from when this post, 1933 post, was posted. 30 months after this post is landing on this date, February 26, 2021. The 28, what does that mean? 28 is confirming the 30 by pointing out that it's a month with 28 days. There's only one month in the whole year with 28 days. It's February. Hands up, suicide weekend. What does that mean? That indicates there could be very public arrests going on, and some would rather do themselves in. In other words, hands up, people put their hands up when they're going to be arrested. And suicide weekend is referencing that some people won't want to be arrested. They want to commit suicide. So more evidence. And then what does big week ahead mean? Well, how many days are there in a week? 7. So let's count from February 26th over and see what 7 days after 7 days including February 26th. Let's see what that is. What we have here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Big week ahead. Big week, 7 days. A week is 7 days. And 7 days after 7 days, if you including February 26th, lands exactly on March 4th. In 1933, FDR was the last president to be inaugurated on March 4th. How many coincidences before it becomes mathematically impossible? That's something I'm asking you guys. How many coincidences before it becomes mathematically impossible? Here we have 5 pieces of evidence that seems to be pointing to Trump being inaugurated in March. Could it be March 4th? Could it be March 8th? Could it be before March 12th? Could it be before maybe March 19th? Because that's when he'll lose control of the military. Let me make sure this is in focus. So this is very exciting because we finally have hardcore evidence that Trump does command the military. But from my understanding, from what I heard, Trump controls the military. My understanding is he controlled the military because supposedly, allegedly, he signed an executive order that made himself commander-in-chief, and that's why he controlled the military. Maybe this is true, and maybe he's using that in conjunction with this other law. Or maybe that is just false information or incorrect. If that's the case, it doesn't matter because Trump still controls the military using this law until March 20th, which is enough time to arrest the people who committed treason and make himself inaugurated in March. Now, if looking at these 5 pieces of evidence, 3 of them point directly at March 4th, 2 point to March in general. So, what does that mean? Well, it means that, in my opinion, there's a 30% chance Trump will be inaugurated March 4th. Why is that number not higher? Why is it not more than 30%? Well, because I haven't seen enough military action to increase the number above 30%. Now, why is that number so high? Well, 30% chance that Trump will be inaugurated March 4th, that's a high number because of 5 pieces of evidence that seem to be pointing directly at March, and 3 of them are pointing directly at March 4th. So unless plans have changed significantly, it seems to be March 4th. Now, what are the chances Trump will be inaugurated in March, period? I'm talking like March 15th or March 19th or just March, any day in March. Especially before March 20th or on March 20th. What are the chances Trump will be inaugurated in March? I would give that a 50% chance because here we have 5 pieces of evidence pointing to March. So 50% chance Trump will be inaugurated next month, which is so exciting, guys. We've been waiting for this moment for so long. And then, what are the chances Trump will be inaugurated by the end of April? I would say 75% chance. On top of that, what are the chances Trump will be inaugurated by the end of this year? 100% chance. Now, why would I say there's a 100% chance Trump will be inaugurated by the end of this year? I'll tell you exactly why. Because from my understanding, and I can't go into detail about it, the deep state plan is to kill millions of Republicans in the next 2 years. In other words, if Trump does not become president and saves us this year, my life is threatened. My family's life is threatened. Trump's family's life is threatened. Millions of Republicans' lives are threatened. They will come after us. And that's a huge deal. Trump's not going to let all his supporters, most supporters, get killed through democide. He's not going to allow that. So the only way he can save us is to become president this year. So that's why I know for a fact it'll be this year. 100% chance. Could it be in April? Like I said, by the end of April, there's a 75% chance Trump will be inaugurated because I did hear from one source. that I'm kind of iffy on that source right now. That because of some delays in the plans, that the initial March 4th date has been changed and it's been moved to mid-April, maybe the end of April. I don't know how accurate that is, but it makes sense that if things haven't gone perfectly according to plan, there would be some delays and stuff like that. But I'm still pretty confident it'll be in March because the only evidence I have that Trump controls the military is this law, and that power to control the military expires on March 20th. So why would he not use it while he has the power? He has the power to make himself president and arrest people using the military. Why wouldn't he use it? It makes sense that he would use it, right? Makes sense to me. So this is very exciting. We have a lot of evidence that is confirming that the military is being commanded by Trump. That Trump will be inaugurated this year. And these are the 2 main things I've been saying through my YouTube channel when I really started getting into politics. So it's very exciting that thanks to you guys, there's all this evidence confirming what I've been saying. So we have a lot to be excited about. Now, the message 1933 was specifically pointing to the date February 26, 2021, which is 2 days after this video will be available, which means maybe very, very soon, we're going to see some exciting things happening. And then 6 days after that, we have March 4th, which maybe Trump will be inaugurated. So we have so much to be excited about. I mean, I know people are suffering so much right now, but all that suffering is going to make this victory much sweeter. So I think we should be hopeful. We should be excited. We should be optimistic. Good things are happening. All the evidence seems to be pointing to an incredible March, the best March of our lives. So let's be excited. Let's keep our heads up. I'm going to stop talking about politics for a second. I'm giving you a little channel update on what's happening with me. It's just about thanking you guys for all the support that you've been giving me. I've been having a very rough week because of the deep freeze in Texas. I ordered some kratom and it's been delayed a week, which means I've had almost no kratom. And why that's a big deal and why that's affecting me and even my YouTube channel is because my workload before kratom was a third of what it is now. And I was able to triple because I have a low pain tolerance and I'm in so much pain through exercise and working and cleaning bathrooms and cleaning the whole house and doing the dishes and cooking and and taking care of the girls, changing diapers, homeschooling, taking my mom, working on the fire, cutting wood, bringing wood up. Like, it's such a high workload that the only way I've been able to do all that on top of my YouTube business, which I put between 20 and 30 hours a week into, the only way is to basically take kratom, and then I don't feel my pain and I can just push through the pain. But this last week I haven't had that kratom that I need to push through the pain, so my workload's still been tripled than what it was before kratom, but I don't have anything to deal with the pain, so my pain level, like between 1 to 10, is like a 7.5. My back specifically, I mean, all over my body is like a chronic 3, but my back is like a 7.5. This morning I didn't even want to get out of my bed. I just want to lay down in my bed and not get up, and I was feeling a little depressed, a little sad, even though I have a lot of things going for me, because you just get hit with so much pain and it drains you emotionally. You feel so sad. But then you guys came in and cheered me up. One person, very generous person, sent me a very generous donation, and so much of I really appreciate donations that have been coming in. Like, you guys are really cheering me up, supporting me, making sure my channel stays alive. Thank you for everyone, my Patreon supporters, the people donating, the people signing up on Rakuten. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you to the people who are debating me, and a special thanks to the people who are sending me information that either contradicts what I'm saying or confirms the things I've been saying, especially this recent email. I looked at it today while I was meditating before making this video, and I was like, oh, I'm going to check my phone. And then the message was like, hey, confirmation that Trump controls the military. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can use this in the video. And it's all thanks to you, the supporters. My secret sauce to making my channel very good is you guys. You are my secret sauce. I know there's some haters, but even the haters give me feedback that's sometimes valuable. Sometimes they expose flaws that some of my supporters don't want to expose. So thank you so much. I'm so humbled. I'm so lucky. Praise the Lord. I am in a perfect position to cheer people up. I have a lot of power, almost 30,000 subscribers now, to help people, cheer people up, make a difference in the world, have a positive impact, spread news that people need to hear, cheer people up. Thank you for everyone who's liking and sharing and commenting and debating and sending information and subscribing. You guys are at the core of what's making my YouTube channel so great. Thank you so much. I hope this video keeps you guys informed and excited, because we have a lot to be excited about, and I really appreciate this symbiotic relationship we have where you are supporting me so much, and I feel like I can cheer you up while you guys are cheering me up as well. Thank you. I'm so blessed, so honored, and I feel like I really owe it to you guys to produce the highest quality videos possible, and I'm doing my very best to achieve that. Thank you so much for everything, guys, and cheer up. Have a happy day, because we have a lot to be excited about, and great things are happening. So put a smile on your face, be excited for March, and onward we go. And if it doesn't happen in March, that's okay. It'll happen in April. Not April, this year. So everything will be great. Oh, I got a daughter banging on the door, so I got to end this video. Thank you, everyone, and have a great day.